jump into some new stuff. And then also for your, I had some questions about the assignment for last week. Hold on, let me see. Let me remind myself. Was it on the test or the quiz? Let me look. That was week 3. You had to do your test and then you had your quiz. So for the test, I am going to send out the worked, all the problems worked out so you can see, because it gives you the answer, right, in Schoology, but it doesn't show you how they got the answer, so, or how we got the answer. So I want to make sure I've got it. I'll send that out to you in email later on this afternoon after everyone, make sure everybody's taking their test. And then I had a question. Oh, where's my phone? Okay, I'll find it in a minute. About one problem I wanted to go over with you guys. Okay, but first we've got the recording going. We're ready. And have our pictures ready as well. Thank you, Lord, for this day and our time together. Let's help us to focus on our topics that we're discussing today and learning about, and just watch over us and protect us and keep us not distracted. Continue to keep us all healthy, safe, and well. And please bless all of these families and watch over them. In Christ's name we pray. Amen. Okay, so, you like the winter better. Well, I hear you. Okay, guess what? What we're about to do is not what I normally do. Oh, a whole month. That's nice. We're going to review one-step equations. I'm going to let you do these in your head. Yes, I am. I know you can't believe that, but I am. So let me give you the link. It's going to open a new tab. You're going to do them all in your head. There it goes. Click it. And when you are done, it'll pop up level 1. When you are done, click check. Okay? You can do these in your head. What do we do for one-step equations? We do the opposite. So if it says divide, we multiply. If it says multiply, we divide. If it says add, we subtract. If it says subtract, we add. There's no negatives. Go for it. Use your brain. I normally make you write everything down, so you're welcome. I'm going to work through mine as well, and we'll see how long it takes us. Remember to do the opposite. That's all you got to do. And click check. All right. When you're done, tell me how you did. I actually missed one because I typed it wrong. How'd you do, guys? Ooh, 100. Yay. Good job. Probably just had a careless error. Yeah. %. Very good, Karen. Oh, what about you, Franklin? How'd you do? Good. Okay. All right. Close that tab. Pretty please. And let's do a quick, which one doesn't belong? Where's my pen? I've got something up here. I hope you guys know how to tell time. Number 1, number 2, number 3. Sometimes I never know before. So let's look at the times. This would be 1:15. This would be 1:45. 1:45. 4:45. Okay. Now, let's see here. Okay, not at 1 o'clock. Not one o'clock hour. Yeah. All right. No numbers, somebody said. Excellent. No numbers. I'm going to abbreviate. Not within the hour of 1, which was the last one. Good. What else? We can knock out 3 and 4, but what can we do? 3 and 2 are the same. They are the same time, but one of them has dashes. Yeah, and this one has no dashes. We could say that, no dashes, which means no minutes. No dashes, no little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What else? What could we say about the only one with 15? The others have. Thank you. So this would be the only 15 minute. I'll put M-I-N. Good, good, good. It's not a 45. Good job, Alicia. Yep. One is the same as 4. It is in the format. You are correct. They both have that. I saw that, Franklin. The thick outline. They both do have the same thick outline. They both have the same numbers, like font, but the only difference would be the time. So that's pretty interesting. Good. So I think we knocked everything out, y'all. Good job. Okay, moving on. We're going to get to our new stuff. Get your paper. Here we go. All right, in the tip top, in the box. Here we go. Algebraic expressions contain one or more, fill in the blank, variables, and may contain operation symbols. 2 words to fit in there. I'm out of water. I got other water bottles over there. Where's my stove? Okay, so we're going to do algebraic expressions. This should be familiar to you all. I know it will be for any student that I taught last year. You should have learned this last year. So here we go. The example we're looking at is up here. And it says A and Y are the variables. Terms. What are the terms? The terms are the things that are separated by pluses and minuses. So that's 5A, 8Y, and -6. There's 3 terms in that expression right there. There's 3 of them. Then we have the coefficients. I like to think of these numbers as the co-pilots. They are the numbers that are in front of the variable. Okay, so you don't say the variable, but it's the number right in front of the variable. Okay, so 5 is a coefficient and 8 is a coefficient. Lastly, the constant for this specific expression is -6. We want to remember to catch that sign every time. Right there, keep it, okay? And I've got your definitions out here to the side on your worksheet. Let me erase that. So it tells you a letter or a symbol. That's a variable. A single number or variable separated from another term by a plus or minus. The number before the variable. So the coefficient, once again, like the co-pilot. And then the constant does not change. -6 is going to stay -6. Okay? It's going to stay the same. All right. Good job. Good job. Next up. All right. You all tell me the answer. This is not on your paper. What are the variables for number 1? My. Yeah, good. Okay. Text me a number. How many terms are there? Three terms. There's 3 terms. Coefficients. Tell me the coefficients. It's the number in front of, did you not look at your worksheet? You can look at your worksheet. The coefficient is the number in front of the letter. We've got a 5 and we've got a 3. Lastly, the constant, -2. Don't forget to catch that sign. Good. Awesome. Okay, next up, number 2. What are my variables? I've got a couple this time. A, Y, and B. Everybody, Michael, Karen, and Franklin. Good. Alicia, I don't know what you're typing. We're doing the variables. Variables are the letters. Now, how many terms are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 terms. There we go. Coefficients. This is the number in front of the letter. So we've got a 6, -2, and a 3. 6, -2, 3. Good. Lastly, the constant is 1. Very good. All right. Number 3, last one. What are my variables, y'all? B and good, Alicia. Good, Franklin. Good, Michael. Kayla. Kieran, I don't see you answering any questions. We're not on our worksheet. Terms. How many terms, y'all? Tres, right? 3. So y'all talking about Spanish earlier. Coefficient, the number in front of the letter. So it is going to be 7 and 5. Yes. And what's my constant? It is an 8. Plain old number. 8 stays 8. 8 is great. Round of applause. All right. This should be familiar to you from last year, especially, like I said, if you were in my class, we did this. We did these a lot. Okay. So good job, everybody. Next up, we're going to need our color pencils. Make sure you have your colored pencils. Let's see what we're going to do. It says, for each problem below, identify the coefficients with a color. Let's figure out what we want to use. I'm going to use yellow. So let's go through. We're going to do all coefficients. Stand by itself. It's in front of a variable. A letter that stands for a particular number value, or a mathematical phrase that can contain numbers, variables, and operation symbols. Good job. Excellent. Number 2. What is a coefficient? A, B, C, or D? Does not stand by itself. It stands with a variable. Yes. Like the co-pilot sits beside the pilot. All right. Next, a constant. That's going to be the number standing by itself. Good. Term. What's number 4? A term. Which term? What's a term? A is, yes, correct. Good job. And lastly, a letter. D. All right. Give me a clappy, clappy, clappy if you got those right. Good job, everybody. All right, up next, I got a video for us. Let me clear the chat because we were chatting away. Clear. Combine like terms. Oh, you're going to love it. Get ready. It's one of my favorites. Okay. So when he's going through there, he's wasting his time. All right. Giving us all the things that he needs, and he could have simplified it a lot. So that's what we're going to be doing when we get to our simplifying expressions. All right. This is on your worksheet at the bottom left. Okay. Get your colored pencils. You're going to need them. When we have like terms, that means the same last name, the same variable. I always say the same last name, meaning like my last name is Rainey. So my last name is Rainey. My son's last name is Rainey. My husband's last name is Rainey. So there's 4 of us in the Rainey family. We wouldn't say Rainey, Rainey, Rainey. We wouldn't say that. We would just say there's 4 Raineys. Okay. So take your color pencil, and we want to make sure that we are putting like terms together. All right. First, we don't want to do like he did and say 1m plus 1m plus 1m. 1y plus 1y plus another y. No, we don't want to do that. Okay. Instead, we can just simply add them together. Okay. So for the first one, we put 3m, circle it, and 5m together. They're both m's. Your answer is going to be 8m plus 6y plus 8. Why did we not put the 6y because there are no other y's, so I just leave it, okay? There's no other constants, so I leave it. So this is the answer to write on your paper. Underneath number 1, I gave you some room down there, okay? Now, if you have never done like terms before, focus in. The hardest part is making sure that we're following if it's adding or subtracting, okay? All right, let's go to number 2. 6b minus, right there, 2b. Underline that with your colored pencil. Those are going to go together. And then we cannot put the c's with the b's. The c's have to stay with the c's. So put our b's together. Then we're going to put our c's together. There it is. 4b plus 3c. Question. What if you wrote 3c plus 4b? Is that still correct? Who knows? Yes, it is. It does not matter, okay? If it's in a different order, that's totally fine. All right, awesome. All right, here we go. Number 3. Ready? What can go together? I've got a 9 that can go together. A bob and a baba. That's good. And a 4. Put those in one color. And then underline, or you can box in, however you want to do it. What goes together? So this is, be really careful. When we put those ends together, we've got to think, keep, change, because it's 5n minus 7n. We're doing negatives this year, more than last year. Final answer. So let's talk about number 3. Make sure you understand. Does everybody see how we have the 5n minus 7n? That means you start with 5. You've taken 7 from it. You're going to have a negative answer. Okay, good, Franklin. So you have to have a negative in front of that too. N. Good, good. Awesome. Okay, try number 4 without me. Be careful. Watch your signs. Watch your signs. That's the hardest part about pre-algebra. It's watching your signs. Now, if you put a 1 in front, that is absolutely okay. Do you have a negative mn or negative 1 mn? If not, fix it on your paper, please. Okay. Next one, be careful, y'all. Please watch your signs. Remember what I said. Catch that sign in front. So it's 5y squared minus 3y squared. 2y squared plus 8y. We have nothing to go with the 8. Wow. All right, last one. If you need to, put a 1 in front of those a's so you don't forget. Nothing can go with the 3b, but it's not just plain 3b. Make sure you have your sign on that 3. Let's check. What if you wrote it the other way? What if you had it written this direction? That is okay. All righty? No problem. But you need to have that negative in front of the 3b. Questions? Question, question. Okay, now, so in putting our like terms together with addition and subtraction, you have to have the same variable all the time, okay? And when you do it with multiplication and or division, it's a different rule, okay? So we're going to talk about that. First, I have a joke for you. cartoon, something funny. Why is a dog with a bad foot like adding 6 and 7? It's really kind of silly. Good guess, Alicia. Because he puts down 3 and carries the 1. Carries the 1. Get it? Hey, I try to find math cartoons. It's just, yeah. I try. All right. Give me a thumbs up if you're paying attention. Thumbs up. Up next, we have a video on simplifying expressions. Yeah. So watch. It's going to be some serious stuff and some new stuff that you haven't learned. So really focus, okay? Don't worry if it's kind of like, woo, over your head. All right? It's all right. Here we go. Simplify expression. A lot of examples. Here we go. Look at your paper, bottom right side of our worksheet. Whoop, camera. There we go. I was like, why are you not working? Let's look at it. It says 6, and then inside parentheses is C minus 4 plus 2, parentheses, C minus 8. Following our order of operations, we cannot put C and 4 together because they don't have the same variable or non-variable. Anyways, they're not like terms, so we can't do that. Instead, we're going to have to do, as Mr. McLogan just explained, distributive property. So go ahead, draw your arrows. So you know what you're doing, at least for the first one. 6 times C is 6C. 6 times a negative 4 is negative 24. Plus 2 times C is 2C. And 2 times negative 8 is negative 16. That is your first line on your worksheet. Now, we are not done. We need to look and say, okay, is there anything I can put together with what I have now? I'm looking right here. I can put some like terms together. I can put my 6C and my 2C together. It says to add. So put a box around it, or if you want to shade it with a color pencil, whatever, to help you know how we got 8C. Next, we have a negative 24 and a negative 16. So it's negative 24 minus 16. We're going to put those together. Remember, you want to do keep, change, change. So it's negative 24 plus negative 16. Negative 40. And here's your final answer. So you need to write a little neatly. I gave you a little bit of room there for that one. That one's a lot of steps. Once again, we have to know the difference between multiplying like terms and if we're adding or subtracting, because there are different rules, okay? All right, try number 2 without me. You can do it. Try it. Don't say the answer to that. Clear out our chat. Okay, look up. How'd you do, everybody? Yay. Got it. If you have it in a different order, that's okay, but you need to make sure you have the negative right in front of that 20. Okay, y'all are rocking it. We got some more time for our break. Good. Okay, try number 3. We have to do the 7 and distributive property times everything inside that section up front. Write it underneath. Now 7K plus 35 equals, plus 35 minus 2K. We're not finished. Always check, can we put like terms together by adding or subtracting? Watch your sign, catch your sign. All right, how did you do? 5K plus 35. I'm not ever running a 5K. Did it. All right. Y'all are rocking it. Love it, love it, love it. Very good, everybody. Nicely done. Oh, that's fine. Okay, my friends, here we go. Let's do number 4. Look at it. Oh, where do we start? This is kind of like the last one he did on our video. We've got all this stuff up here. I don't want to do any of that first because I need to start with parentheses for my order of operation rules. But I can't because I can't subtract 5 from 2x. So I have to do my distributive property first. So don't do anything with that. Okay, let's see if you can do it. Distributive property first. Now, when you get done with your distributive property, what do, y'all? We copy down everything else that was left up there. Copy, 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 copy. Okay? If you don't copy it, you might not mess up now, but especially those of you that have had me before, I promise if you follow the way I'm doing it, you'll be ready to go as we get harder and harder, okay? So now that we have everything written on that next line, combine like terms if you can. In other words, put x's with x's. Catch your signs. And we got constants with constants. Be careful with your signs. Ooh, this is a good one. All right. Hopefully you got negative 23. Because when you put that negative 8 and negative 15 together, everybody, yes? Maybe? It's kind of tricky. If not, fix it, erase it, and fix it on your paper. Good work. It's almost time for our break also. Okay, this next one is good. It's got a lot of signs. Take your time, please. Okay, I'm going to work it out and then I'll show you the answer. Take your time, take your time. You can do it. You can do it, you can do it. Let's see if you got your signs right. All right, last step is to combine what you can with those. You can only combine the constants. Okay, there's our the final answer. Oh, I quit yawning. All right, this next one is really tricky. It's perfect to do right before the break. So we know we would start with parentheses. If we can't, which we can't because a y squared is not the same as a y, we're going to start with distributive property. Put a 1 right here in front of that negative. Then we're going to distribute -1 times everything inside of the parentheses. Okay. All right. So that means we'll distribute. That's going to be -3y squared. Be careful here. When you distribute this, what's it going to be? A positive, because a negative times a negative is a positive. So let me just pause for a moment, let you guys soak that in, because that's probably the hardest one. Seriously. No joke. Now from here, go ahead and see if you can combine like terms. Watch your signs. Watch your signs, watch your signs. Yep. Got some little animations. They finally let us do animations in here. I love it. Did you subtract your 5y squared and 3y squared because it says subtract in front of that? Check and see. Good job, Kieran. The next one's kind of hard too. We got a -1y plus 6y. Positive 5y. All right. Problems, questions, comments, concerns. You're confused. You got it right. I love it. Superty duperty. Y'all, good job, everybody. It's time for break. Let's go. Break it out. Where's go? I gotta find my slide. Where does it says break? There we go. 5 minutes. Okay, guys, I think we are about to be back. We got a quizzes. We're going to start with let me get you the link. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. Okay, hold on. Let me get y'all the code. Did they change something else? I don't like the striking shield. I don't like that. They've done something different just literally in the last hour and a half. Leaderboard, I got that. Show memes. Do y'all want me to show memes? Yes or no? Or do you care? Yes? Everybody says yes? You don't care? No, no, yes, no. Yes. Only 2 votes. I'll say no this time because I don't normally do it. And I'm not doing the power. No, yeah. A striking shield, no. They don't have redemption questions anymore. They changed it again. I just played this earlier this morning. Gosh. Killing me. Technology. All right, here comes the code. No spaces. 488128. I don't know why they changed it. Maybe they'll change it back. I don't know. I got to go in and look at it. It wasn't like that like an hour and a half ago. Really? All right, let's do it. Here we go. Start. All right, friends, you can do this. Try your best. Log out. Kieran, close that tab. Just close it. Log back in. Here's a new tab. And I'll put the code back in here. Same code. Try that. They need to stop messing around with it at their company or whatever. You shouldn't be. If you type that code in, you'll be fine. Okay, so you can try to click resume. I've never seen that. You can try. I'm down for that. If it doesn't work, then close the tab and open a new tab. That's the only thing I know to do is to open a new one. Oh, you're in now. I see you. Okay, good. Okay, cool. We'll give a little extra time because that was not your fault. Don't know what happened. Good. Okay, you want to try to get them right now. It's not important just to get finished first. If you are missing them, that's not good. So take your time. Here you go. Yep. Done. Y'all just finished. So here we go. We have 80% for the whole class, but Kieran got 100%. Alicia, 86. Everybody else got passing past 70. Good, good, good. So we just missed a few. You know what we'll do? Go ahead and close that tab. And if we have time, I will go over it at the end. Okay. Yeah. But I want us to get through our worksheet for sure. So let's make sure we do that. We're on the second page, by the way. Second page. Got some triangles at the top, or a triangle. All right, here we go. What expression can we write to find the perimeter of the shapes? So I left you a little bit of room underneath. I'm sorry, it's not the best. Underneath your triangle, or maybe kind of to the side or something. Remember that to find the perimeter, you add all the sides. So here's how you're going to write it, guys. Watch. We're going to go x plus 2x plus 2x minus 5. So just write that somewhere around your triangle there, to the left, to the right, whatever. This is what we're writing. Where did I get these numbers from? They're each side length. X, 2x, 2x plus 5. Now, you know what to do? Combine like terms. Five x minus 5. That's all we have to write. Okay, let's do our perimeter of our rectangle. Well, they didn't give us all the sides, but you guys are smart enough to know if this side is x, label the other side x, the other width across from it. And of course, this would be x plus 4. Now let's write it out in an expression. We're just going to write everything out. It doesn't matter what order, as long as you get everything. So did we get an x plus 4, and an x plus 4? Yes. Combine like terms, please. And you will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4x plus 8. So you just learn how to write an expression with variables and combining like terms in the end. Any questions before we move on? So when we translate words or word phrases into expressions, you should have seen this before in the past in other math classes. We got to use, make sure we're using the proper word to describe what to do. So added to, or plus, or some, or more than, all of those words tell us to add. Subtracted from, minus, difference, less than, take away, all says to subtract. Okay, so you can do this with numbers or with letters or both, which is what we're going to be doing, putting them both together. And you can also do this with multiplication and division. So you've got times or multiplied by or the product of. So all of these words tell us what are we doing. Now, when we're doing the multiplication, you would not want to go 5 times x like that. So instead, we want to use our parentheses, or we want to use the dot, okay, so that we know we're actually multiplying. And then, of course, for division, we've got the fancy word quotient to represent when we're going to divide. All right, let's practice. First, Read for me which answer choice correctly shows the phrase for the algebraic expression above. Let's see who can do it. This is not on your paper, so look up here. Be careful. I like when I have an orange slide, look how it turns my face orange. Isn't that weird? I think it's weird. Quotient of b and 3 added to the quotient of z and 2. Good work. Good job. All right, so up next, got a video for us translating word phrases. Here we go. This is on your worksheet. Please go ahead and see if you can fill in the blanks. It is very important that you put it in the proper order that is being asked. And while I'm trying to get my camera to roll, give me a second here. You guys go ahead and start while I'm trying to see what the problem is. She said friends, huh? What? Y'all are all friends, right? You're not an enemy, are you? You're my students. Okay. Fill it in, guys. Then we're going to check it. Fill it in, please. Then we'll go over it. And I did find the problem I want to talk about for your test. I see what the issue was. So I'm fixing that. I can see what the issue was. Okay, so I'm going to start writing in some answers here, friends and students. A number decreased by 92. You can use any letter you want. I just use N. This one is special. It has to be in that order because you're adding something, a number to 36. So 36 must come first. Oops. That does not look right. Okay, how are we doing, my friends and students? Questions? Everybody good? Good work, everybody. That's pretty easy. We've done these before in the past. Yes, hopefully. Okay, you should have. I know if you were with me, you have done them. Just putting a word phrase with letters and numbers, so you're fine. Let's do a little bit harder ones, okay? A little bit harder. And these are not on your paper, so this is just a little challenge. How would you write this one? An unknown number times 13. So it's times. You wouldn't go in times 13. How would we write that? We could go in 13. We could go in dot 13. in parentheses 13, 13 in, or whatever letter you chose. Don't use an X. No, because it looks like a letter. So you wouldn't want to do that, okay? How about this one? 3 times an unknown number. That would be 3y. Okay, how about the next one? G plus -7. G plus -7. And then the last one, 40 less than something, an unknown number. So it's got to be after the unknown number. Good job. Good job. Good job. All right, let's see. Do we have any more? Yes, I got to practice. This is not on your paper. You guys just look at your screen. Okay, here we go. Figure out which answer choice would work, please. If 8 is added to a certain number and the sum is then multiplied by 4, the result is 56. Do any of those look like it would work? 8 is added to a certain number, and the sum that you get would be multiplied by 4, and the result is 56. Yes. Good job, everybody. All right, number 2. Define a variable to represent the unknown quantity and write an expression to describe the situation. The area of a square is side length squared. That means side squared. Which answer? A, B, C, or D? C. Why is it not B? You wouldn't have that square up here on that one. Yes, be careful. Be careful. All right, good job. Oops. This is going crazy. All right, we did that one. Let's go on to our estimation here. Next on your paper. We are at chapter 2, lesson 7 right here, like the middle. Pretty easy, y'all. This is like so super review. Round each number to the highest place value. So your highest place value is obviously going to be the highest number, the highest place that's valued on the page. So go ahead and do those first 3. Just round those real quick, then we'll check it. If you forgot how to round, okay. To find your number, look right at next door neighbor. It's going to tell you if the next door neighbor is 5 or higher, it says add 1 more. If it's 4 or lower, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, you leave your score. So the right next door tells you what to do. Hopefully that's a review. Hopefully that's a review that you know what to do. Now, same thing for the next one. We're still going to the highest place value, but we're adding a step. We're going to be finding the sum. Okay, so first off, let's go ahead and find the estimate of each of these numbers. So for our first one, I would say 90 plus 60. You can write it right underneath. I gave you a little room. And then add that up. You can do that in your head. The next one would be 8.0 plus 0.90. Okay. Next thing, same thing, round to the highest place value, and then subtract or find the difference. It's really easy when you are rounding to the highest number. Yeah. I just write the numbers underneath so you don't have to, okay, weird. We don't have to round anything on that one. Okay. Let's see if we can fill in our blanks here. It's going to be any questions or problems about your rounding? Good job. All right, we have to do on the other side, looks like product and quotient. Yeah, for real, Franklin, seriously. At least. But they make us go over it. It's good that the book makes us go over it just as a review because it's, you probably haven't done it in a while. So good practice. Now, for the multiplication and division, though, that's a little bit harder, but the rounding part's not, okay? So you got to figure out, especially with the division, what do we want to round to? So that'll be good. This will be a little bit new for you. Not the rounding part, but the figuring out how to round it, I guess you could say. Okay, here we go. So we want to estimate the product. I'm thinking that we could round this first one to just 50. And then the next one could go to 70. Now, how can we think about our magic 10 rules, which means anything times a power of 10 is really easy to solve if you just multiply the non-zero numbers and then add up the zeros. So in other words, if you never learned this trick, just multiply the numbers, the regular plain old non-zeros. So that's 35. Then go back and count, okay, I've got 2 zeros. That's all you do. So you might not have learned that before. Makes it real easy. Okay, the next one's 62. I'm going to make that be a 60 and an 80. Let's try again. First, do the regular non-zero numbers. So 6 times 8 is 48. I'm going to run out of room. And then add on your zeros. Okay, try number 3 without me. Bum, bum, bum. Hopefully got that one right. Last one on finding the product. 86 times 78. Well, let's round it to 90 and round that one to 80. Then do your 9 times 8. Then add on your zeros. Woo woo. All right, last 4. Then we'll talk about the question some of you had on the test. And we've got a couple other things we can do if we have time. First off, when we're estimating a quotient, look at what we're dividing by. It's a 9. So I want to see if I might not want to round to the farthest place value because 300 is not going to round. 9's not going to divide into that nicely. So instead, I've got to just use my noggin and think, okay, looking at this entire number, could I round it here and make it be 27 or 270 divided by 9 because I know that 27 can be divided by 9. So you want to think of what could you change it to. It doesn't have to be the very first front end highest place value, okay? So then 27 divided by 9 is 3. And then, of course, we just annex on our little zero there. Okay, so these are the hardest. You can do it. So next we have 2,358 divided by 3. All right, well, you really kind of have 2 choices here. But I'm thinking that if I look at the 23, I could round that. The 5 would tell the 3 to go up to 2,400. Then I can do 24 divided by 3 is 8. And then I have 2 zeros to add on. Does that make sense how we're doing that? What if you wanted to round it up to 3,000? Technically, it wouldn't be how to round it, but since it's an estimate, you know, close. Not going to be too picky about it, okay? Now, the last two, a little bit trickier. So you have the number 4,382 divided by 51. I'm going to go with something that 5 can go into. So I'm going to do 4,500 because I know 5 can go into 45 and divide by 50. So now if you just think, okay, 45 divided by 5 is what? It's 9. Here's where we can get a little confusing. We only can include 1 0. Those two can cancel out. 90. Last one. I'm looking at my 8 and my 62. I think I can make that a 63,000. We just divide the 63 divided by 8. It's going to go 8. Cross off any zeros that are the same, and whatever you're left with is the zeros you'll put on your answer. You might not have learned that trick. We can practice some more. And then I want to talk about let me get in here and get my tests to talk about it. Okay, where are we at here? Yeah. Okay. So for the last thing, I know we had a question on the test, and I went in and I went ahead and changed, made sure everybody got credit for it, because I feel like it was, I'm pretty sure, -7 times -11 minus 1. I think that was I don't have it with me. But the directions said, and some of y'all got it right. So I just gave it to you. Even if you missed it, I gave it to you. It said find the product. So that's your key direction point there. That means you're going to be multiplying. So technically, you should have multiplied. -7 times -11 is a positive 77. Times -1 is -77. But I am giving everybody credit because I probably should have had parentheses around this, because some of you guys thought it meant -1. So I can totally see where that would be a format issue. Okay. So I went in and fixed that on your test. Okay. And I'm going to send you out the solutions in just a little bit. I think everybody's taking the test that shows you all the worked problems. So go back and get your scratch paper and just ignore this one because it's not going to be right. It'll be okay on the grade book, but it won't be right on your scratch work is what I'm saying. So it should have had parentheses right there so we didn't have any confusion. That was like number 6, maybe. Yeah, it was number 6. Okay. So don't worry about that one at all. Forget it, whatever. I gave it to you. You got credit. Okay. The rest you'll be able to look at and see all the answers and everything that's worked out for you. Cool. Okay. Yeah. Anytime you have a question, a problem, a concern, you're not sure, send me a picture. I had like 3 people send me, so I'm not sure about this one. Okay. That's totally, I see. That makes sense. It wasn't clear enough. I like it to be really clear. If that's the case, y'all just send me a message. We'll fix it. Okay. No problem. But this week, we are on week 4. Yep. You don't have to fill in any true false about telling me you completed your assignments. You did good. So let me go to Schoology now. Give me just a second. I didn't have it open. So we're going to week 4. It's going to have, hold on. You can go and look now if you want. You got something to print, right? One video on the front page, Power Song. And then we're doing lessons 5, 6, and 7, and then the chapter 2 review. Remember, do your work and check your answers with the answer key once a day. Then you go and do your quiz, okay? And I'll send out an email with your test. So you can check out through your scratch work, okay? And see if you still have any questions. All right, y'all did wonderful. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you next week. Bye, bye, bye. See you later, alligator.